It all started with a brutal artillery barrage on Ukrainian positions. Immediately after that, Russian forces launched an assault. Here are the Ukrainian soldiers. There are few of them, and they are exhausted. This tree line and these trenches are the target of the Russian assault troops. The first group arrives at the drop-off point and begins the attack. The machine gunner opens fire first. Ukrainian soldiers respond with fierce gunfire. Ammunition is running low, but they cannot let the enemy get closer. A second group of Russian assault troops arrives. Look how many of them there are. During the battle, a Ukrainian soldier reports that he's wounded and can't keep fighting. He calls for a medic. A field commander reports over the radio that one of his men is wounded and they need support. Another group of Russians arrives. They throw smoke grenades for cover and begin their assault. A shell hits very close to the Ukrainian positions. The situation is dire. Russian soldiers enter the tree line from the other side. They move forward slowly. The commander orders them to clear the trenches. They check every meter to ensure they can advance. The commander demands that not a single meter be left unchecked to avoid surprises. An M113 arrives to help the Ukrainians, but it hits a mine. The APC loses control and crashes into a tree. The soldiers are unharmed. They exit the damaged vehicle and move to the nearest cover. Meanwhile, the situation in the tree line worsens by the second. The remaining soldiers are out of ammo and hiding. One of them tries to contact the command. The Russians are getting closer and closer.
Можешь с лингвистом на дальнюю точку. Аккуратно по блиндажу. Смотри, чтобы вас наискосок не взяли. Сдавайся, блядь!
The Ukrainian forces split up. This group tries to retreat. Others remain at their positions. Look at the desperate faces of these soldiers. The Russians are nearly there. They clear the way with grenades. One of the soldiers who threw a grenade spots Ukrainian troops and reports it to his commander. They offer them a chance to surrender, and the Ukrainians agree.
Оружие сюда скидывай!
Выкинь оружие, сука!
За тобой птица видит все равно. Не чуди. Есть!
Все!
Остальные!
Руки сначала, потом сам!
This tree line is now under Russian control. They also take over this trench system without resistance. Meanwhile, some Ukrainian soldiers are still trying to hide. They move slowly through the brush, but are spotted by an enemy drone.
Oh my.
The coordinates are sent to the artillery, and fire is opened on the Ukrainian troops. Try to feel this extremely difficult situation. One of the soldiers is wounded by shrapnel. He can't move any farther.
Кого пиздуют? Я не знаю. Я тоже можу понять.
The Ukrainians report this over the radio.
Непонятно, куди вони пиздують. Марат, Бостон на зв'язку. Сука, до кості, бач? Ага.
Бостон, у вас є можливість пересуватися групою на Бойківку?
Нема. Вони криють. Нема. Нас тут пиздують, ми не можемо з міста двинутися.
The commander says he will send help. They must reach the edge of the tree line and wait.
Плюс прийняв. Тоді надавайте всім допомогу, щоб ми вирішили, як вас вийти. Як прийняв.
Парні, давайте швидше, поки п'єцького витягують.
The Ukrainian troops manage to do that. They hide in these trenches. To extract them, cluster munitions are used first. Then a Bradley arrives, suppressing the enemy with its cannon. The soldiers quickly exit the trench and board the APC. The Bradley reverses quickly and leaves the danger zone. The rescue mission is complete. Now it's time for a counterattack. After a while, several Bradleys move toward enemy positions. Before the attack, Ukrainian troops drop smoke to cover their advance. But the Russians were expecting a response. They open fire with artillery. Bradley pushes forward through the intense shelling. A soldier in the trench is ordered to open fire, but that doesn't stop the Bradley from approaching. At the same time, Ukrainian artillery opens fire too. The APC deploys soldiers while firing into the tree line. Ukrainian troops take positions in the trench. Meanwhile, Ukrainian mortars and drone-dropped munitions prevent the enemy from regrouping. Two Russian soldiers open fire on Ukrainian positions. That was a mistake. They gave away their location and drones opened fire on them. Then it's the stormtroopers' turn. One of them throws a smoke grenade into a dugout. The second soldier provides cover. No one comes out. That can only mean one thing. Meanwhile, drones fire on the tree line. Direct hit. Several drones drop grenades on enemy positions. There's silence in the trench, so a soldier decides to throw in a few grenades. While he does that, two others provide cover. The trench is cleared, and the Bradleys move toward the tree line. The Russians open fire. The first drone strike doesn't stop the Ukrainian infantry. They split up and enter the trench. The Russians start shooting back. An enemy drone hovers above the second APC. It waits for the right moment and drops an explosive. Direct hit. Then another one right after. Bradley moves toward the next enemy position. The infantry dismounts while the Bushmaster cannon suppresses the enemy, preventing any return fire. The battle begins. Ukrainian troops throw grenades and advance methodically. The Russians fight back. This is the toughest section. There are many enemies in this trench. The Ukrainians eliminate the first enemies. But two more approach. The drone sees everything, so the infantry is ready. The enemy is defeated.
Будете жить, гандоны! Сдавайся, будешь жить! Выходи с поднятыми руками, будешь жить!
The soldiers exit the trench and move toward the Bradley. It fires into the tree line while the commander gives orders. They decide to drop off part of the infantry near the edge of the trench. The others will flank from the opposite side. The operation begins. The Bradley deploys infantry near the next trench. Under smoke cover, the soldiers move in. The tactic is the same. Grenades, then advance. A firefight breaks out. But realizing the gravity of the situation, a Russian soldier decides to flee. The mission is nearly complete, but the Russians are heavily entrenched in this tree line. Bradley begins firing. Look at how it looks from inside the vehicle. The infantry dismounts, and the assault begins. The soldiers enter the tree line as the drone coordinates their movements. We see them carefully advancing along the tree line. They are met by Russian forces who take up advantageous positions. The Ukrainian drone pilot spots this and strikes. Several direct hits, right into the trench. Meanwhile, the infantry pushes even further. They check the trenches with grenades. A Russian soldier returns fire but has no idea what's coming. A drone strikes right next to him. He reports over the radio not to interfere.
Линзы да, пока не мешай брать, стенку закинули.
The drones keep striking. One flies directly into the enemy trench. Direct hit. The infantryman is in despair. Russian troops decide to retreat and run into Ukrainian soldiers. The final battle begins. After a short time, the Russians realize they have no chance and surrender.
Да вот так, сколько вас там? Двое, давайте на поле. Автоматы в сторону. Руки! Выйти на поле и скинуть автоматы! Поднять руки! В руках них нет! В руках! Только не стреляй. Бросай оружие, бросай, я придурок! Оружие бросай, я придурок, ёлка! И сразу... Сюда,
The prisoners are loaded into the Bradley. Mission complete. Thanks for watching.